Hey Lammet friends, Zandang here for the first episode of Eastern Gondor. It has been a while since Eastern Gondor was released, but it finally got supported on Patreon, so here we are in Middle-earth once again to be doing the Eastern Gondor story, so that is all kinds of exciting. Let's go ahead and start the introduction here. You have been summoned by Aragorn, who requests your presence at his camp outside Peligir. You should meet with Aragorn and his host there as soon as you are able. Alright, easy peasy. Since we're already right here, we can delay no longer, my friend. My men and I must make our way to the east, to the aid of Minas Tirith. Aragorn's voice suddenly grows quiet. Many of our number shall sail upon the ships that survived the battle for Peligir, but none are to know of this. Andang, you must swear to me that you shall tell none of our passing upriver. Lord Angvor shall travel overland, and I would ask that you join his host as he passes through Upper Lebanon and into Losanach. Meet him and his men in Peligir, near the easternmost gates. I shall need every able warrior I can muster for the coming battle. May your journey be swift. Alright.
The threat of the Corsairs is over, but many of their allies remain.
Yes. The threat of the Corsairs is over, but many of their allies live, and could endanger my next course, Andang. Several of the Haradrim fled from the city when men of the mountain fulfilled their oath, and I fear that they might bring word of the Corsair defeat to the armies of Mordor. I would rather this did not happen, but I cannot spare the time to track all who fled from Peligir. Will you do this for me, my friend? Travel east in pursuit of these terrified Haradrim. I believe they will come to the walls of Iros before they can break free from their fright. Defeat them, and keep word of our victory at Peligir from reaching unfriendly ears. Alright, that's a pretty awesome plot as well. So let's see where we need to go. We need to go all the way to the edge of the river, so let's go ahead and do just that. Alright, here we are. The retreating tracks. Yes, let's examine them. As you study the tracks, you feel eyes upon you. Someone hides nearby. Oh, there you are. Goodbye. Can't let anybody talk. There we are. And dead. Oh, hello, buddy. You clearly have a... Oh, you dismounted yourself. How unfortunate. Alright, well, it's time for your death, Haradrim Rider. Your end is now. If you want. You don't have to die. Right, no, let me examine, wolf. There we go. As you study the tracks, you feel upon you something hides nearby, like maybe the wolf that's attacking you right now, biting into your very bones. Or something like that. Alright, where is this cowering guy? There's a scavenging rat. I think we need that though. Aha! There you are, terrified Haradrim. Just pulled the aggro on something else. Oh, hello. Yeah, you just ride up there, that's fine. Alright. Interrupted. You really don't need to do that. You hear rustling. Here we go. Terrified Haradrim. Time to die, Haradrim. You know, we technically don't know that these in particular are the ones that we're retreating. You hear a woman's voice hailing you from the town of Aernos to the north. Somehow her voice travels quite far. Alright, well, regardless, we're fighting in the river. And this guy is not paying any attention at all to me, so that's great. I would say free XP, but been at cap for a long time. Alright, yay, plus 5% attack duration. That's what I always wanted. Okay, deed bestowed. Oh, medallions. That's actually... Oh yeah, that's from when I was doing filming in Isengard. Which reminds me, I have been doing a ton of Middle-earth lore filming, which is a new video series I'll be doing, which should be coming out hopefully the first week of July. So be on the lookout for that, because that's going to be a whole lot of fun.
I saw another invader nearby. He crept that way around the wall.
I watched you fight those evil warriors, hero, and I wanted to thank you for making safe our lands. But that is not all I want. For if you leave now, you leave us in peril. I saw another one of those invaders nearby. I think he fancies himself a sorcerer or some sort like that, for he carried many unsavory trinkets and muttered strange incantations under his breath. He crept this way, around the outer wall of Hyderos.
Yeah, it's great. You changed from an old lady to some other accent all of a sudden. Okay, so let's see. Meet Angabar at the eastern... No, we need to talk to the Haradrim sorcerer, which should be right out here somewhere. There you are, Haradrim sorcerer.
The great master we follow gives life unending to those who faithfully serve.
You slay my men, hated man, and you may end my own life, but you will have no lasting victory. The great master we follow is a giver of gifts, and he gives life unending to those who faithfully serve. You could slay all the corsairs to a man, and all of my own people, but the commanders of the master's army will always return, even in death. You will never have victory. Like I haven't heard that one before, buddy. Seriously, that's like if LOTRO was summed up into one single line, it'd be, you'll never have victory. The sorcerer's breath breathes his last, but his mocking smile remains. Alright, so let's see, we need to talk to Aragorn again, apparently. So back to his camp we shall go. Alright, Aragorn, what do you want us to do?
What troubles you? Share it with me, and we will bear its burden together.
You found the Haradrim that fled from Peligir? Very good, Andeng. I hope this will keep word of our victory here a secret from the enemy. But something troubles you. Share it with me, and we will bear the burden of it together, my friend. You tell Aragorn that you actually didn't get all of the people who were retreating because there were several other footprints that were remaining, but the quest he gave you only needed 3, so you moved along. And also you tell Aragorn of the sorcerer's words, that the commanders of Sauron's armies cannot be stopped, even by death. I confess to you that I have heard these whispers as well, my friend, so I cannot banish the fear of them from your mind. But it does not change my resolve. I believe it will not change yours either. We place greater value on life than does the enemy, so every loss pains us all the more. But that is also our strength as well, for we will fight even harder to protect it, even beyond our limits. Aragorn smiles. Ours is not the real quest, Andeng, For even if we have all the success we desire, the enemy will remain. The real quest is elsewhere, my friend. And only its successful completion can end Sauron's evil forever. You must pick a reward before finishing
There
the
is much
quest.
to be done, and little time in which to do it.
We still have our own parts to play, and I deem it important that we play them well. You got that from Gandalf, didn't you, buddy? I wish to sail up the river on the deck of the Corsair ships, and come by that route to aid Minas Tirith. It is my hope that we will arrive in time, and with such surprise that we can strike a blow to the fighting will of those who threaten the city. We do not have much time to prepare, but there are a number of tasks that I have given my friends to perform that will help us set forth as quickly as possible. Help them with these tasks, if you would, for every moment we hesitate is a moment the enemy would relish. Alright, there are a ton of stuff that we need to do. He was not joking. Well, let's talk to Langlass first.
Did you fight in the battle?
I was stricken with a great fear as the shades of the dead joined the battle, and I confess to you that I felt a great urge to run from them, as the Corsairs did. And yet before my heart betrayed me, and I succumbed to the terror, I felt a hand upon my arm, and was reassured. Do you know who it was? It was Celerant, the young ranger I took under my wing in Haradrim. He is not as young as he once was, and this journey has put some steel in him. It was an honor to stand with Aragorn, and the presence of Celerant was a comfort. I am proud to call him my brother. When the Corsairs fled, many of them cast their weapons to the ground. Mandan was ahead to gather up the fallen blades. Find him at the northwest entrance to Peligir, and help him with this task, for there are many weapons to be recovered. So now, once again, we're having rangers tell us what to do. Thanks, Aragorn. Alright, Calenglad.
There is much hardship ahead of us.
I like this land, Andang. It reminds me of the Twilight lands far away in the north, where my heart remains. The wooded slopes encircling Lake Nuniel must be slowly shaken off the grip of winter, and in a few weeks the leaves of their trees may begin to fight through the remaining chill. No winter lasts forever, and the coming of the spring will banish even the coldest memories. Will this war be any different? Calenglad stands silently for a short while, musing on the question. Eventually he smiles, and gives you a conspiratorial wink. Radanir told me you agreed to treat him to a meal and drinks at a tavern of your choosing, once this is all over. If you have no objection, I would like to join the two of you there. I will look forward to this happy meeting. I really, really, really hope that we get to have that happen. That would be so epic. They've been building it up and now we got a second guy involved. It's gotta happen. But there is still much hardship ahead of us, and with all my musings, I forgot to tell you something. Halbarad wanted me to send you to him. He has returned to Peligir already. If you leave now, you should find him just inside the northwest entrance to the city. Alright.
I am still weak from my stay within Saruman's dungeons. Exhausted and frustrated.
I do not know what I am doing, Andang. I could do little more than stay atop the horse Daggeras provided me on the ride to from Rohan. I'm still so weak from my stay within Saruman's dungeons, and even lifting a sword leaves me fatigued. I'm exhausted, and frustrated. I volunteered to help load the ships with supplies, expecting to struggle through and beyond the unfair limitations of my strength. But Radnir took my place and sent me back here. My face was red with shame, but I must admit he was right. I need rest, and to recover to my first strength. Curse that traitor wizard! Find Radnir and help him carry my share of the supplies onto the Corsair flagship. You will find him in the West Garth, by one of the bridges that leads to the court of the Ship Kings. What about me being overworked, Lothar? I'm pulling more weight than all of you here combined. Come on.
I want to know the hazards of the Anduin before we put upon the water.
Aragorn hopes to sail up the Anduin on the docks of the Corsair ships. But we are not watermen, and if we are to do this, we need every advantage. To that end, I sent Amlon to the city to look for maps of the river that might aid us in this endeavor. If you are willing, return to the city and help Amlon find any such maps that might prove helpful. Peligir is a great port city of Gondor, and there must have been much use of the river for trade and passage. Surely some maps can be found that chart the hazards and bends of the Anduin. I believe Amnon was going to begin his search in the Market Ward. You guys can just use my map. I don't mind. Anyway. Alright, well, I think that does do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of The Epic Story. When we return, we will head to Peligir and hopefully help out this elite group of people. But till then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another episode of Eastern Gondor. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button below. And if you'd like to see more of my daily content, feel free to subscribe, and you'll be notified when that new content comes out. And also, if you'd like to help support my channel and help me continue to create high quality videos, feel free to support me on Patreon, and you can get all sorts of great rewards in the process. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another video.